welcome back to AVPlays. Welcome back to Big Ambitions episode number 5. As you can see, we had a little bit of a successful casino day yesterday, and I think that is the last time I will be using the casino during this gameplay. I think that it just kind of cheeses the system a little too much. It's an easy cheat to accumulate a lot of money. And I want this to be an authentic learning gameplay for you guys, so I don't want to seem to be just like cheating our way to millions. But we have $224,000. We're going to go ahead and pay off our loan, which brings us to $186,000 and leads us to our second goal of accumulating $100,000. So let's see what Uncle Fred has up for us next.
All right, kid, you're doing fantastic. Now remember how I told you that each new business is easier to set up? Now I'm going to show you a cool trick for this next one. Start up your next business, but then head over to the retail installation firm. Trust me.
Alright. Uncle Fred wants us to open Market Insider and find a wholesale product above 80% in demand. Start a new wholesale retail business that demands that item. Visit the retail interior installation firm, and then wait for the blueprint to complete. So, a couple of things with that. Alright, let's go ahead and open up Market Insider. Now, I was hoping we could open this up in Lower Manhattan, and we were just going to open up another restaurant. The issue with that dream is that Lower Manhattan is still only at businesses of 75 capacity. Now, that's one thing that's really good with how this game plays. That is that the AI is smart. They start gobbling up all the buildings early on so that you have to go through them pretty much to get what you want. Now, we're not quite ready for that 75 business quite yet, but hopefully we will be soon. So, my next idea is we're going to be opening a restaurant in Industry City. So, hot dogs are at 100% demand. Perfect. And Industry City right over here. And it looks like we have a couple options for 30s. Perfect. Yeah, so we have a couple options to choose from when it comes to the 30s. And that is awesome. The other thing to this is Uncle Fred wants us to visit the retail installation firm. Well, I know that is Christian Bahoud. And let me find that. They're over here somewhere. Nope. This guy right here. And they aren't open until Monday. So we have a couple days before we need to worry about this. What we are going to do in the meantime is shore up our businesses. So what that means is we are going to get our inventory great. We are going to begin working to making the insides of our store look great. So that is my idea for Saturday and Sunday, is painting the interiors, making sure they are in tip-top shape. And then, if we have time on Sunday, we're going to open up one of these businesses and manually do it. And then we will accomplish Uncle Fred's goal with a different business, probably in Hell's Kitchen. So that's our goal for this episode, is to do that. Let's go ahead, unpause. We're going to head over to New York City Distro and get started on doing this. Alright, it is 8 a.m. and New York City Distro is open, so let's buy what we need for our restaurant. So we are out of soda cans, so I'm going to just buy 4 of those. Burgers. So buy 2, and some paper bags. And let's also look at what we need just overall. So soda's down. Alright, let's check out, head over to our restaurant, drop these off, and we'll head right back over. Taxi. Yeah, I'm such a big fan of these taxis. It just makes life so much easier. Travel over here, drop this off. And while I left you guys behind on the gameplay, I did order some stuff for the bathroom. So that'll be great. Head back in, check this off again, and head back over to New York City Distro. Taxi, yes. Perfect. And now we're gonna buy a bag of bananas, not apples, bananas, and a box of ice cream. Slip through here, ice cream, perfect. And that should get us through the next few days. And while we're in here, let's check what Garment Gifts needs. Flour expensive, flour cheap. We'll buy 4, let's load up on flour expensive. Perfect. Taxi. Yes. And if you guys didn't know, if you click on the taxi, they do stop moving as if you hailed them. Let's go in here. Bag of bananas, grab. Place. Bag of ice cream, grab, place. Everything else goes to the gift shop. And with the... And let's park that here, actually. Go back inside. And let's look at what we can do to make this look better and feel better for the customers. So, I'm going to go with this dark wall. And honestly, this might wind up being the rest of our money. So, let's see what we wind up spending. But we want this to be interior 100, so it doesn't hurt. I'm going to toggle walls. Perfect. And the bathroom, I'm not going to make it look like this, but I do still want it to be fancy, so we'll go with that kind of pattern. Of course, I'm pressing the buttons and ruin everything. Perfect. Let's go ahead and repaint that wall. Alright, and the floor is the most expensive part, so we're already at 13,000 spent. For the bathroom, we're going to go this dark gray. And for here, we're gonna go this kind of marble looking. Alright, and that is $49,000 to make this a 99% interior. I don't think you can get to 100. But while we're in here, let's look at what some of these other things mean. So product selector, you can select anything in the store. Queue tool, you can kind of address the lines and how people queue up to your registers. So if you're not liking how the lines function, you can just adjust them. This is the security tool, so it shows what is secure, like what is under camera, what is secured in this business type. And because no one can really steal items from you, nothing is required to be secured. I would love to see them add into this game the idea of employee theft. I mean, that's way far out in the future to where we are at. I was a loss prevention manager in a former life, and I know employee theft is the largest cause of theft to a business. So, just really, that would be an interesting idea to add in. All right, we're going to go ahead and apply. Break my heart as we lost $49,000, but now there's really, other than the employees, there's no reason for this store's satisfaction score to remain low. I mean, it's at 71%, so it's not bad, but it can always be better. And let's head over to garment gifts. And we're probably going to take a taxi there as well. Thank you. Head here, travel, and we're going to do the same thing here as well. We've kind of avoided this store since we started it. It is still very ugly, not really decorated, so we're gonna make it look a little bit nicer. So paint these walls. We're gonna follow that same black theme throughout, except in the bathroom, of course. Toggle these walls, and I would love for them to also make it so that like the storage room doesn't affect your score. Why are customers going to go back here and worry about what it looks like? It's kind of weird, but can't complain. Oh, did that just... Oops. Oh, that's new. I've never seen that happen. All right. Now, we are changing to this, and we want this same idea, that nice little marble look. Perfect. And I think for the floors here, I'm going to do the same for the bathroom with like that white marble. Oh, I did the gray marble last time, so that gray marble. But I think for the store floor, I'm going to do the light marble. I feel like that feels kind of luxurious, and we want our store to feel luxurious. Yeah, I like that. The back room can have that. I think that makes sense for a back room. Yeah, I like that. We're up to 100% interior score. I lied. I wonder what I was missing earlier that got the restaurant to 99, but the store to 100. I'm not sure, but that's another $28,000 spent. That's not awful. And then, as you can see, so this store does require security, and you can click on the security tool and see that it's secured. So it's just an easy way of viewing all of this information for you. And then the blueprint tool. So I'm going to save this as gifts 30A1. And I should do the same thing for the restaurant when we get up to like what we want as far as like tables and all of that. All right, we're going to take one more stop to New York City Distro, and we are going to get flour cheap, and we'll grab, I don't know, 2 boxes of that just to make sure we don't run out anytime soon. Cash out. Perfect. And we achieved spending at least $20,000 on interior, which is awesome. Don't mind that. Come here, taxi. Why are you moving? All right. I know we could have just walked this, but whatever. Let's go into our store. Love it. Go ahead and add items to storage. This looks great. I'm actually going to take the job board down for now and just store it. You can put it back up if we ever want it, but I don't think we'll be using that ever again, really. And let's head out. Our next goal is to go ahead and rent our store in Industry City. And let's see. That is 3630, 3630, 3930, all right. 2730, 4515. All right, so this is going to be our store. Let's go ahead and rent it. Start a new business. Fast food restaurant. Burgers and fries. I see. Did we name the other one? We did. Okay. And we'll adjust this to GD for Garment District. And let's head over to AJ Peterson, let's head over to Square Appliances and start getting what we need for this store to get up and running. And could we wait until Monday to get this store up and use Christian Bahoud and all of that? Yes, because we won't necessarily have employees for it quite yet. But we can also just run this store on our own and make that money. So that's the name of the game, in my opinion. So I'm going to do that instead. And we will be taking a taxi from here to Industry City and not the subway. We might use the subway. We'll see. Alright, so this is going to be exactly the same as the restaurant we just opened. So we'll start 8 cabinets. And that'll be one purchase right off the bat. And I might have you guys skip watching me do this. We'll see. We'll take the taxi. Let's see how expensive it is. Because our store is kind of far away from any of the... it's not that far. 300... Yeah, we'll take the subway. Save that money. It's $3 on the subway. And we can walk through a park. That'll make our guy a little happy. That's not bad. And we're heading to the Industry City Sunset Park station. Alright, and we've made it over to the Sunset station. And we're walking over to Burgers and Fries Industry City. And we should be able to get this up and running. I will miss out on Uncle Fred's goal for a little bit. But maybe we'll take out another loan to work through that. Because setting up a new restaurant through the interior installation firm is probably going to set us back like $200,000. So we might not get that by Monday. We'll see. We'll see what we wind up with. Alright, so this, I believe, is the same exact setup as our other restaurant. And we will be doing the same exact setup, so... And we can check that really easily. So if we click on Burgers and Fries Garment District and go to this, we'll be able to see that it's a C1, Burgers and Fries. This is also a C1, so yes, it's the same exact interior. So as we set this up, we'll wind up moving all of this and it'll look exactly the same. Perfect. All right, let's head back to Square Appliances. And I think I will leave you guys here and we'll pick you back up when the store has a few more items. All right, and on our way back, we actually got dinged a little bit, $10,000, but our delivery from Essentials Appliances came in. So really exciting about that. And we'll head into our restaurant and we should have a whole bunch of bathroom stuff waiting for us. Let me park our thing and you can see our delivery stuff. So I ordered another storage shelf just in case. We ordered a loudspeaker. Alright, that music is loud. I'm feeling it. Alright, let's place a bathroom stall. Let me go into Interior Designer and drop down the wall so we can see what we're doing. Place a bathroom stall. Bathroom stall. Bathroom sign. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. That'll be going to Garment Gifts.
Come to Ika Bohag.
Oh, that'll also be going
For our
to Garment
quality and
Gifts.
easy to
Hand dryer, water fountain, and I think I forgot to grab a soap dispenser. Oh no, that's fine. Let's grab that. Grab that. Alright, let's get away from this speaker and head over to garment gifts so that we can drop off the rest of this stuff over there. And now that we're out of the music, it feels so quiet. Alright, let's take our taxi over here, $33. Bam, garment gifts. Let's enter into here. Just wanted to add another storage shelf. This one seems to be kind of getting... Oh, this is a wall. Alright, we'll do that. Kind of got full when we were at capacity. And then I wanted to put up a security sign so people knew that they're being watched. Love it. Alright. Now I will pick you guys up at the store when we have some stuff to look at. Not cool. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that little time lapse of me setting up the store. We're down to $245. Yikes. But I'm going to go ahead and head to sleep because we're so low on energy. And we're going to pick this back up at 7 something. We'll see how our stores look like. We'll see the amount of money we made yesterday. We got an employee calling sick. We made 5,000 extra. That's not bad. So we're up to 37,000 again. And let's stock gifts cheap. And then we'll be heading back over to Burgers and Fries. We didn't get to work it yesterday. Make sure I eat. I keep forgetting to do that. Now, we didn't get to work it yesterday, which kind of sucked, but that's okay. And we're going to head over to New York Distro. We're going to head back over there today, and hopefully we'll be able to open it up and run a pretty substantial day shift on that today. So that's the goal. So let's grab this taxi. We'll head over to New York Distro. We will buy the gifts that we need and anything else we need for the 2 open stores. So, Bisman, we want to look at garment gifts. What do we have? All right, we'll buy gifts cheap and we'll buy fire expensive. So 4 of those. Actually, let's go 6 here. And 2 here. That should be fine. That should last a while. And I think I'm going to let the order that we have for both of these stores, because we have the delivery coming up tomorrow. Let's look at it. Let's actually make a real order. So let's look at Bisman. What I'm going to do is, for a week, this is what we've sold of each of these items. So I'm going to bump up our orders, but we also need the storage in the store for that. We do have 3 storage shelves. So 1,000 would be 5 boxes. Each storage shelf gives you 16 boxes. I think we should be fine. So I think I'm going to order 1,000 of these, 2,000 of these, 300 of each of these, and then 200 flour cheap. So let's go ahead while we're at this, cancel our order. So 1,000, 2,000, 300, 300, and then 200, I believe is what I said. And that bumps up our order to $17,000. So that is pricey. And let me make sure I got that right. Flour cheap was 200. All right. Did that backwards. See? That's why it's important to check. Cancel. 200. And then we'll bump this up to 300. And so that's 18,000. And then let's go to Burgers and Fries Garment District and look at this. This is going to be a massive order if we order it correctly, which is going to be painful. We might actually have to take a loan out for that to come through. But let's look here. So 3,000 burgers. We're going to do this line item by line item because I'll probably forget. So 3,000 burgers is good. And that's already 33,000. All right. Because you can think of these orders as, you know what? No, I'm going to stick with what we have been doing and cancel each of these. Well, I'll leave this. It just makes life easier for this store to be automatic. But for the restaurants, we are going to keep on just kind of stocking them daily. I know that's tedious and a pain in the ass, but it'll allow us to spend a daily amount of money. Because, this would probably be like $50,000 minimum to get up to what we need every day, or for the week for the store. Let's head over here, drop these off. We'll make sure that the restaurant is stocked. We'll make sure that we get everything needed into Burgers and Fries Industry City, and then we are going to work it. And I might actually put that job board back up. Oh, no, because it's one day. All right, we'll work it. Can you blow this? There we go. Wow, that is loud when you walk in. So how is that looking now? I think that gets us through a day, at the very minimum. And then, let's head back to New York Distro. We'll just hop on the taxi. And let's look at what we need for Burgers and Fries Garment District. So, stock. So we're going to buy, so many of these are under 200-ish, which is what I kind of look like that to restock them. So we'll get 2 hot dogs, 2 french fries, 2 burgers, 2 pizzas. Sorry, let's skip pizza. 2 chicken kebab. We'll come back and we'll buy 4 pizzas because those are 120. So 1, 2, and 2, 1, 2, 1. And that is $13,951 gone. And let me see if any of the banks are open. You are open today at 10. Guys, I might be taking out another $40,000 loan just to make sure that we can survive the one day setting up that other store. Because we also have to buy inventory for the restaurant. We bought some, but not all. And I was hoping to find a taxi somewhere along this route. There we go. Taxi! And let's hop over here. Come in. Lower the volume on this guy as well. Although the music in this game is fun. And I know you guys are seeing these 2 random tables just floating there. No chairs. We just don't have the money for it quite yet. Let's go back here. Back in, and let's go buy those 4 pizzas. Another 5,986. That gets us down to 10,000 for the day. Taxi! All right, and we're gonna hop over to Industry City. And they have their wholesale store, which is Titans of Industry Supply. So we're going to head over there. And I believe we did these 4. So we're going to go ahead and do these. We'll actually do 4 soda cans, 4 pizzas here. And that's going to be 6,161. Not cheap opening up a restaurant. Being an entrepreneur, I guess. Yeah, the startup costs on this was a little bit pricey, but that's okay. We've got a lot to work with, and once we open this up, I mean, we are going to be adding, hopefully, an additional 20,000, maybe 15,000, depending, to our average income. So that'll be great. And I think Industry City is probably the least valuable place. And I know that sounds awful, but it is not really the starting spot to make a lot of money. So, hot for fries. We want one more salad, one more chicken kebab skewer. Oh, we are down. All right. So, what did I pick up? Hot dog. So that's going to be 12,418. We are going to wait until 10 and call Jensen Capital for a 40 grand loan. And we will be able to utilize that to just keep us afloat. I mean, I guess technically we don't need it. We do need it for the rest of this, but we don't need the entire 40,000. But I mean, it doesn't hurt us to do that. So we're going to go ahead and call them at 10. Hey, my friends over at Jensen, how can you help me? With another 40,000, we've been a loyal customer. We've already paid back 80,000 in loans. Let's go ahead and go for another 40. Let's check out here. Head right back to our restaurant, and perfect timing for this taxi. Don't drive, taxi. What are you doing? All right. Head back over here. And while we're at it, we need paper bags and fruit pallet. Each of these. Let's go ahead. Let's just stock everything and see what we need. So burger, we're good. Chicken kebab skewer, we're good. This is going to be apples, bananas, and awesome. So we need the apples, the bananas, and paper bags. So let's head back one more time and grab those. And let's see when Essentials Appliances open. So, it's open right now. Perfect. You guys actually kind of missed this part of the last bit when I ordered the supplies for Burgers and Fries Garment District, but we're going to do the same thing here. And what you do is you just call the store. Very easy. You select where you would like them to deliver, what day and time. So we should have enough money, so I'm going to have it delivered today. And then you just select what you want. So we're going to do a bathroom sign, loudspeaker. We are going to have a hand dryer, just one. Modular sink, just one for now. Soap dispenser, 2 bathroom stalls, and a water fountain. Let me make sure I didn't forget anything, which I'm guaranteed to do so. Because I feel like the last one was way more expensive. I think we're fine. Well, we'll get there. We'll find out when we get there. So this is going to be $7,355 plus another $250 on top of that to get it delivered. We're going to have them deliver that today at 2 p.m., which isn't awful. And they don't charge you immediately, they charge upon delivery, so you always have to make sure you have that amount in. And I'm walking the entire opposite way of where I would like us to go, in hopes that I find a taxi to get us there so you guys don't have to see me walking. But looks like we're not finding one, and I'm just gonna walk through. Oh no, taxi! No! We were too slow. And we got that achievement, which I believe was $50,000 weekly, which doesn't make sense. I don't know quite yet. We'll see. Yeah. We're continuing our walk. And the good thing is there's a nice, huge park in the middle of Industry City, which is what we just walked through. Perfect taxi. And that boosts your happiness. Awesome. All right, let's grab 2 paper bags. I might as well grab 2 of each of these. And we are good. We're good to now open this store, which is super exciting. And hopefully there's a taxi on our way back. Taxi, taxi. And we're walking the opposite direction. I am awful with directions in this game, apparently. But that is fine. We are making our way back. And all of these buildings that you see here are going to be warehouses. So most of these, or I'll take that back. Some of these are set up to actually be factories. So factories is a huge part of this early access 0.9. They really revamped how they work, and you can't get certain items without factories. So that's exciting. So Industry City was set up to be kind of that factory hub. And eventually we'll get there. You need it for like expensive jewelry, the Xanamin stuff, expensive clothing. So when we get there, when we want to buy that stuff, we will be utilizing these. All right, paper bags. Awesome. Everything's good to go. We have a couple more steps, which of course is pricing. All right, so 15.50, 17. 17.25, 17.75, 17.50, 3.50, 16. We'll do 16 even. 3.50, 2.75, 14 even. 27.25 will do. And honestly, guys, there's no method to my madness. I jump around with how I price these, but as you guys get used to your stores, you'll notice there is a pricing comfortability scale or satisfaction. So that is a way to say, okay, customers are happy with my pricing. And I have, seen it where I've upped maybe 10 cents and that pricing rating goes down. So it is something to keep in mind. Let's set the schedule. And it's going to just be the same as our other stores. So go ahead and do this. And let's just copy this throughout. And a pizza and soda. We get to be the first customers of our very own store. And now we are ready to roll. Not order, work. Oh, and one last thing, sorry. Let's go ahead and set the restaurant's customer service, restaurant's cleaning. Perfect, so our guy will be in a uniform. And let's skip a little bit of time. We're gonna stop here. Perfect. And what we're gonna do is let's set up our bathroom stuff. Let's clean, and then we'll hop right back on the register. I'd like to go ahead and lower the volume there. I mean, some of the music in this game has made it to like a personal playlist of mine. It's really catchy, but I don't want it to be blowing your ears off. So, the perfect soap dispenser, which we'll have to buy for the other store. Hand dryer. We know where to put these. All right. Let's clean a little. We'll probably eat again. That way we get our energy and hunger back up. And then we'll just finish the shift, hopefully. And this person's upset. And one thing to keep in mind, actually, I don't think I've mentioned it quite yet, is while you're like role-playing in your store, like being the cashier, all these customers that you see entering the store are kind of pointless. They're unreal, if you could say. They don't factor into the calculation. So if you stand in your store all day, you might not see 30 customers enter in an hour. But you'll still, that'll still be what is the rating for the store. Like you'll still see on your insights that amount. So if you're standing there and counting, you might not see the full amount, but it'll still factor into the end of the day calculation. So it's a mathematics-based system, so you don't necessarily see it. All right, let's order another soda, burger, soda, burger, perfect. And we'll get back to working. And he made it to the end of the day. I was a little worried. And we're up to 47,000. That's so exciting. That's another successful business. That means tonight, so we'll be sleeping until, well, maybe we'll probably temporarily close and open back up at like 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. Probably 9 a.m. because we do need to make a supply purchase. Do we not have weekend cleaners for garment gifts? Did I miss that? No, we do. Interesting. They do suck. That would also be why that factors in. All right. And so what we might wind up doing today is going to Vantander, the other bank in this game, taking out a loan that covers the loan we just took out from Jensen Capital and gets us Uncle Fred's goal and the ability to make this look nice and set all of that up correctly. That way we can... Perfect. Bring me home. That way we accomplish this goal, we'll be financially stable, and we'll have another business getting us going. And on top of that, we will be hopefully finishing up our class at the Manhattan Business School for headquarters, and we'll be able to open up a headquarters. Actually, I believe we finished that class. And I forgot to close this. Whoops. All right, let's eat. Let's get everything stocked and correct. Let's call Anderson recruiting at 8 a.m. when they open, and we'll be able to start recruiting new employees for our new stores. And hopefully as well, this might be a massive purchase today because we might also be looking into buying or opening our headquarters, setting up our purchasing agents, our headhunters, our HR managers to get them started so that way we don't have to listen to Anderson recruiting and start working through that. So big day ahead of us on Monday, day 15. All right, so let's look at what we need for Burgers and Fries Garment District. That's going to be ice cream, lots of sodas, bag of apples, burgers. So let's go ahead. We'll buy 2 ice cream, not a croissant. 2 burgers. 1 bag of apples. And 3 sodas. So that should put us to a good place. Wow. Now, you'll notice me grabbing the wrong items quite all the time. And that's because if you click the sign instead of this, it'll grab the item that you clicked on. I'm just awful. So it happens to me quite often. All right, let's go ahead and place our order. Head over to Burgers GD. Taxi. Drop this off. All right, while we're in here, Anderson Recruitment. Oh, customer service. And we'll have these guys all set for tomorrow. And we might even wind up not using any of these, depending on how our headhunting and getting our headquarters set up today goes. But these will be kind of like the backup to that plan. All right. And Garment Gifts is still dirty, so let's go check out what's going on there. Oh, I believe our cleaner called out. That might be what happened. This guy is just slow, I guess. That's okay. We are a servant leader. We will pick up the broom and do whatever it takes to make our employees and customers happy. Awesome. All right. Next, we are going to hop out of here. We are going to find a taxi. And head over to Van Tander, which is right here. Now, I think we're going to look at maybe a $300,000 loan, which is quite a bit of money, and hopefully they can give it to us. So what can you help me with? $300,000. We can definitely help you with that. Awesome. The most you can take out from Van Tander at once is $800,000. So we're not taking that full amount. What we are doing is paying this back. Perfect. We've got $300,000 alone. We are going to open up Google Maps, open up offices, and see what's available for us. I usually like this office space, and it sucks that it's not available. This guy has a headquarters, although you don't necessarily need one that large. This is, I like, so like a 50 with a 41 traffic score, I would like as an actual office business versus a headquarters. But this 39 and 1, but it's in Midtown, so it's going to be super expensive. Oh, it's not that bad. All right, we will be using this. Start, headquarters, AVPlays Inc. Awesome. We have a headquarters, and what this is going to get us is so much ease going forward. Now, the headquarters serves as pretty much the hub of your business where you're able to take care of your employees. Your headhunters will be your recruiters now. HR managers will make sure everyone's happy and trained. Purchasing agents will be bringing in items from the importers, and your logistics managers will make sure everything goes where it needs to go. So that's awesome. We knocked that out early. We will also now need to go to knock that off, check that off. We will be going to recruitment agency, and let's see if we can find the one we're looking for. Anyone see recruitment? Perfect. City workforce recruiting, and what that gets you is the higher end employees. So we'll head there and hire a headhunter, and we're going to have them just get one and give it to us by tomorrow. So what type of employee are we looking for? We are looking for a headhunter. One, perfect. Get us one tomorrow. I don't care what how great the headhunter is, because with the headhunter, we will be getting, we'll just recruit another headhunter, essentially. Now, one last bit of detail. We're heading into the taxi. We're going to head to Bahoud, which, are we right next to them? Nope, that's Kingdom Office. Bahoud is somewhere on this map. Are you? Nope, that's New Zone. You are Bahoud. Hope they're open and pay attention. Perfect. Now, let's open Google Maps. And a lot's going on right now, guys, so thank you for bearing with me. We're opening retail, and we're going to look at a 30 building, a C1, available to us in Hell's Kitchen, which, that's a C2. All right. Darn it. Are you? You're a C2? Will you be letting us down, Hell's Kitchen? They might be. All right. Never mind Hell's Kitchen. What do we got over here? I know that this was a C1, but for Murray Hill, I usually love opening this as a restaurant. This is one of the rare 40 traffic stores, and it gives you a little bit more of an income. So like instead of 30,000 a day, it'll give you 40. And I love that. Midtown, I guess we can look at a C1 in Midtown. Typically I do the same here. All right, we are being let down. CTL. We already have one in Garment District. That new? Nope. All right, what we'll do is see what the pizza template looks like. So I'm going to rent out this 5 traffic score, 30 capacity C2 building. Open up. Let's go ahead and do that. Start a new business. It's going to be our fast food restaurant. It's going to be burgers and fries. Hell's Kitchen. Perfect. And from here, we're going to go talk to this guy. And we're going to say, how may I help you? Well, you can help us by going to Burgers and Fries Hell's Kitchen tomorrow morning at midnight and setting up a pizza place. And that's going to set us back $195,000. As you can see, looking at this, right? So the layout price is $63,882. What that tells you is if you were to do this entirely on your own, it would cost you this amount. The installation fee is what they charge you to do it for you. So it is just a humongous upfront cost, but it saves you time. So what you make out in time, you're paying. Now, could I do this in one day? Absolutely. Does Uncle Fred want us to? He's a pain. So we'll do this to complete his goal. Yes. And what this is telling you is that anything inside of the building will be sold, and they'll start installing it on day 16. And they'll be done at midnight tomorrow morning. All right. So we've got a couple more things to accomplish before we head over to our restaurant and begin the process of setting it up. First thing we're going to do is head over to Mr. Scott's office supplies. And Mr. Scott's office supplies is where you buy any of the supplies for your offices. So I'm going to talk to the store manager. I'm not going to set anything up because I'm going to do it myself today, but that just gets set out of the way. And one frustrating thing about this store is it only has a hand truck versus the flatbeds. But we're going to go ahead and buy 4 desks. And hop in this taxi. Head over to our new headquarters. And this is our headquarters. This is so small. Yikes. All right. Sorry, guys. I had not paid attention. I've never gotten a headquarters of this size. So I'm going to be a little stingy. We're going to give this headquarters back. Sorry. Shut down business. Terminate contract. Yes. All right. And we're going to look for a new headquarters. We want it just to be a little bit bigger. Like that 50 is just huge. Maybe like a 15 would be great, this board. That's 8. All right, let's look at it this way. All right, like, see, this is a decent sized headquarters. We'll go ahead and rent this, and it's 25,000, so that's a big one. AVPlays Inc. Perfect. We're back at it. We are heading over now to our new headquarters. We'll hop into this taxi. There we go. All right. Now this is more reasonable. And we are going to start placing these desks. So these are going to be where our employees work from this headquarters. And the reason I wanted a little bit of a bigger sized one is, one, it is a big pain to transfer your headquarters. You have to redo all the logistics and everything that you set up. And a bigger size just allows you to keep that permanent, kind of. And 2, this will probably be hiring eventually like 20 headquarters employees. So you just want that bigger building to start. Let's head back over. Should probably mark this off. Let's go ahead and say we want to look at the office supply store. And we're going to buy 4 computers and repeat the process. Now, your office employees are generally going to be more skilled. You're like higher skilled employees. And that means they're going to have furniture demand. So as we set this up, we probably will eventually wind up changing these. So like this regular computer might wind up being a Xanaman computer instead. The desks might need to be changed to an executive desk. So as we add on employees, we'll figure that out. But for now, everybody's going to get pretty much the same setup. And the reason I'm setting up 4 is just kind of preparing, right? Eventually we're going to hire 4 employees, so might as well get that out of the way early. And the last thing we're going to do is buy 4 chairs. So now we have that set up for tomorrow when we hire our headhunter. And you guys will see when we get into having that headhunter and they send us candidates every hour, it is so much easier than recruiting, especially when we can set up how we want them to be, 95 scaled employees. And we'll be able to use those to replace everyone we have so far. Perfect. All right. We're now heading over to Burgers and Fries Industry City. We'll work our shift there. And tomorrow for our little character is going to look a lot different. We're going to have employees. We're going to be well taken care of. What we didn't do before heading here is check out our inventory, but that looks fine. All right. Let's open up. Should have ordered before we opened up. That's okay. Soda. Burger. And the reason I'm doing burgers versus the pizza is burgers give you a little less energy, but they're less expensive, right? The pizza is the most expensive item we sell. We don't want to waste our money by getting it for free. We're pausing mid that, and we're going to go ahead and clean a little. And yes, we know we're working without any employees. And hopefully, ideally, we're adding 2 more restaurants to our empire, right? This one isn't fully fledged quite yet. The one we're adding tomorrow isn't fully fledged quite yet. So we'll be adding 2 more restaurants to our empire. Hopefully this is the last loan we'll have to take out to do that. We might take out another loan for the purposes of opening up a factory, but for stores, I think this is the last loan we'll be taking. Perfect. That's one full day. We went up $39,000.
I'm to be honest, kid, I wasn't sure how far you'd make it, but it looks like you've mastered the wholesale arena. I thought I'd be impressed. Give me a call when you're ready to import products at a higher level and automate things with a headquarters.
Awesome. Thank you, Uncle Fred. We seem to be one step of Uncle Fred pretty consistently. And that is our next goal is to open up a headquarters. So I could have just waited for today to be done, right? But I was anxious to get that headquarters open ahead of time. So we are perfect. Let me keep on cleaning here. And we're going to call Uncle Fred when we're done cleaning to see what he wants us to accomplish tomorrow. And that'll be that. That's awesome. And you'll see, some of these spots aren't easy to clean. This little area is covered by the pallet, so our guy can't clean it. When you have a cleaning employee, they can. And there's all of these alerts. That's because our delivery to Hell's Kitchen, which knocked off, you can see we're now at 80,000. Our delivery to Hell's Kitchen was completed. And now we have to stock it. So let's call Uncle Fred, see what he would like from us.
Okay, I think it's time to kick things up a notch and start importing your inventory. You'll need a purchasing agent to order and import a large variety of items at cheap prices. Hire and assign them to your headquarters.
Awesome. Okay, so Uncle Fred would like us to recruit a purchasing agent from a city workforce, which we will do. Buy a desk, place the desk, which we already accomplished, and then hire and assign the purchasing agent to our headquarters. All right, guys, I think we are going to leave this episode here. I know not that much happened. We opened up a new store. We ran 2 shifts on it. We opened up another new store we haven't even looked at quite yet, so we'll look at that in the next episode. But I think this is a perfect place to stop, and we'll pick it up right at our apartment after our guy sleeps. And we'll see what recruiting looks like on the other end of this. Now, if you guys liked this video, please like and subscribe. It means the world to me. As I explained at the end of the last video, please comment, and not for the sake of engagement, but for the fact that I want to hear what you guys think from this as we build this channel and build this out. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one.